Welcome to the Roadmap to 1 Million podcast. I'm your host, Stacey Zeal, and if you're looking for the high-level strategies and stories behind building a seven-figure product brand, then you're in the right place. On this show, we'll uncover the advanced strategies, stories, and secrets that you need to know in order to take your e-commerce brand to the next level. Are you ready to uncover your roadmap to 1 million? Let's dive in. Hello. Welcome to the Roadmap to 1 Million podcast. I am your host, Stacey. And if you are planning on running Facebook ads this holiday season, let me tell you, this is the episode for you. This is episode number 2 in the holiday marketing series. So we are discussing ways for you to plan and prepare for a profitable season. Last week, we talked about some planning tips. So if you missed that episode, go ahead back and listen to that episode. And today we're talking about 5 Facebook ad tips to help you to create campaigns that are going to bring your business lots of sales, lots of visibility this season so that you can start to build the brand that you want to have that impacts the world. And at the end of this episode, I'm going to give you 5 Facebook ad campaign ideas that you should definitely be running on during this holiday season, particularly during that Black Friday, Cyber Monday period. So before we jump into the meat of the conversation, my name is Stacey, and I'm a fractional CMO for Black-owned e-commerce brands that are scaling to 7 or 8 figures. And I specialize in digital marketing. I've been in marketing for 11 years, and I'm also a Facebook ads expert. I have generated over $150 million leading paid social efforts at Zappos. I've run ads on all the different platforms, so that's TikTok ads, Pinterest ads, Facebook, Instagram, all the places. And I've worked 4 Black Friday, holiday, Cyber Monday seasons running ads for brands like Adidas, Crocs, Zappos the brand, Steve Madden, UGG, all the brands, literally hundreds of brands. And they all start running ads during the holiday season. They all end up running ads during the holiday season. And so from that knowledge, from that experience that I've had, I have been able to really dial in these 5 tips that will help you when you are thinking about your Facebook ad strategy, you're thinking about what your creative should look like, and all the things. So I've distilled that down into these 5 tips. And then at the end, I'm going to give you 5 campaign ideas specifically that you can run during this season. Okay, so let's go into tip number 1. Tip number 1, and make sure you have your pen, y'all, because this is definitely going to be a very meaty strategy episode. Okay, so the first tip is that you want to start testing your Facebook ads in October. You want to start doing testing in October. And so Facebook ads require testing. A lot of people think that you can just turn Facebook ads on and that they will just work. That you can set them and forget them, that you just, as long as you pick the right audiences and you have really good creative, then you're off to the races. But that's the furthest thing from the truth. Facebook ads require a lot of testing. And if you want to make a lot of money this year, seriously, you need to start testing now so that come Black Friday, come Cyber Monday, you are doubling or tripling down on what works. You're not wasting money or wasting time running ads to audiences or creative that does not work because you didn't take the time to step back from what you have going on in the day-to-day to plan your ad campaigns out so that you and your team can start testing them early. And so things that you want to start to test. You want to start to test your audience targeting now. You can start to test copy or its copy structure. Start to test call to actions. Start to test, is it buy now? Is it shop now? Whatever, different call to actions. Testing your landing pages. Testing your landing pages. Oh my goodness, that is a big one. Right. And we're going to talk about customer journey in a little bit, and we're going to talk about landing pages and stuff like that in a little bit. But also testing your messaging early to see what is driving purchases, what is driving traffic, what is driving add to carts, right? What is driving people to actually pull the trigger and make that purchase from you, right? And you want to be making data-driven decisions. And so during this time of the year, it's not about coming up with all these new things. It's about using all of the data that you've had from this year, all of the data that you're, and starting to put together tests for October. So that way in October, early November, you're testing and figuring out, okay, what's moving people, what's getting people to get purchases, what's driving people to site, all of that stuff. You want to start testing those things early. So that way come Black Friday, come Thursday, Thanksgiving, when you start your ads, you are running what works. You are using what works. You're putting more of your budget. You're holding some of your budget for that time so that you can dramatically increase your budget. And we're going to talk about budgeting next. But you want to make sure that you are giving yourself enough time to test so that once we get to the Super Bowl, as I mentioned in the last episode, the analogy of the Super Bowl, once we get to the Super Bowl, you're using your best stuff. You're not just throwing some stuff up there to say like, oh, I think that this is going to work. But you're actually saying like, I've tested this. I've tested my audiences. I've tested my copy. I've tested my call to actions. I've tested different messages. I've tested creative structure to say like, is it reels? Is it videos? If I do the hook first, or if I do the hook, if I do the hook in the first 2 seconds versus when I do the hook in the first 4 seconds, like what is it? These are all things that you can be testing right now. This is what I was doing in October, is we were figuring out like, okay, let's take our top audiences from this year and test them against each other and figure out which ones work best. Okay. So that way, when I am building my actual Black Friday campaigns, when I'm using the Black Friday creative and the Black Friday copy and all that kind of stuff, I'm running it to audiences that I know work. I'm using creative structures that I know work. I'm sending people to landing pages that I know convert. Right. So all of that stuff is how you really use this time of year strategically to help you to get to that next level, to help you to bring in a lot more traffic, a lot more sales, a lot more, revenue to your business. All right. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is to plan for a bigger budget. And so here's the thing. When I worked at Zappos, we had to be at work at like 5 a.m. or like online when we were working remotely. Like we had to be on like 5 o'clock in the morning on Black Friday, Cyber Monday, something like that. Right. And I remember one year I came in sleepy as fuck, right? Coming into my pajamas, because we were all doing pajamas and stuff like that. Just rubbing my eyes, walking in, like, let me get my coffee, all that kind of stuff. Not in a super big rush, because my ads were already set up and running. Like my ads were been built. They've been, the time was set for them to start way, way early. Like so they were good, right? They were, that's what I thought. And so first thing I do when I come in after I get my coffee is I'm like, okay, let me check on the ads. That's the first thing I do. I check my email and all that kind of stuff first, but the first thing I did was like, let me check on these ads. And I looked at the ads and they were only spent like $10. And I'm like, well, wait a minute now. We're spending thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Why have we only, that's the budget, right? That for that day. But why have we only spent $10? And so we are trying to like me and my boss, we're like, what the fuck? Like, what is going on? We're trying to figure this out. Reach out to our Facebook reps. That's what, when you are big enough and you're spending millions of dollars a year on Facebook ads, they give you reps so that you can literally, I met with Facebook every week. They used to take us out to dinner. They did all the things, right? And I don't say that to brag. I say that because I had a resource to be able to figure out what the problem was, right? That's a thing that a lot of brands don't have. That's what I want to be for you. I want to be a resource. So I reached out to Facebook. We're rebuilding the ads. We're scrambling. Luckily, our reps were in early because they know this is the money time. This is Super Bowl, right? Our people, they're coming in early. So we're like, hey, what's going on? And they told us to dramatically increase our budget so that the ads get going. And so what does that mean? If your budget is too small on Black Friday, on Cyber Monday, you will not get any traction. You will not be able to outbid other brands because they are saving a lot of their money for this time of year. If you are spending $20 a day, $30 a day, I'm not even talking about the $5 a day people, right? If you're spending $20, $30, $40 a day, that's not going to cut it. It's not going to cut it during this time of year, okay? So you want to make sure that you're spending 3, maybe 4 times more what you would normally spend throughout the year on Black Friday and Cyber Monday, through that whole like Thursday through Monday, right? Because again, the landscape is crowded. Lots of brands are competing. They have saved up their money to be able to spend it during this time of year. And so you are going to do the same thing. This is why we are planning early. Right? You're going to do the same thing. If you have to cut back on your ad budget that you're spending now to just start really, saving up your money for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, then do that. Hey, are you doing all the things when you'd rather be CEOing? What if instead of doing all the things like figuring out the marketing strategy and leading the team, you could free up your time to focus on other areas of your business that really need your attention? That's possible when you work with my team at Stacey Zeal & Co. We are strategic marketing partners for e-commerce brands that want to take their sales and impact to the next level. Ready to stop playing small and do what it takes to become a big-ass impactful brand? Head over to roadmapto1million.com to book a call with me. Don't wait. Now. Right now is your time. Head over to roadmapto1million.com to book a call with me. I look forward to helping you get to your next level. So essentially, when you are putting your money and when you're buying Facebook ads, you're essentially entering into an auction. And so you have other brands that are saying that you're competing with other brands to say like, hey, I want to target moms who are runners between the ages of 35 and 45. Right? That's what you're competing against other brands who are also trying to get in front of those people. And if you have a bigger budget, then you will get more visibility. You will get shown more. But what was happening in our budget, what we realized is that our budget was too low for the tier that we were trying to get into. So like Facebook also kind of takes the budget and saying like, okay, well, if you're spending $5 a day, we're going to show your ads to other people that are also, you're going to compete with brands that are also spending about $5 or $10 a day, right? They're not going to have the $5 a day people going up, right against the people who are spending $5,000 a day, right? Different markets, right? And that's just on a high level, because there's lots that goes into those kinds of things. But really what that means for you is to understand that you're going to need to spend more money during this time of year. You're going to have a bigger daily budget and not just doubling your budget. It's not going to work. Not just saying like, oh, I usually spend $5 a day, so now I'll spend 10. No, you're going to need to at least 3, 4, 5 times that budget so that you can really actually get some traction during this time of year. And also you want to make sure that if your campaigns are killing it, right? Like, because they're going to be killing it and they're going to be giving you all this revenue. You want to make sure you're like, oh, well, shoot, these Facebook ads are doing great. These Instagram ads are doing great. Let's put a little more money in here, right? Let's increase that budget so that we can get, because we're ROI positive, we're getting all this and we're making 3, 4, 5 times our money. Let's put some more money into it. So you want to make sure that you're really considering budget for this time of year. It's not just enough to just be like, oh, we're going to spend double. It's more than that. You're going to have to spend more than double what you normally spend throughout the year. Okay, tip number 3. Tip number 3 is to use this period now to optimize your customer journey. And so in order for you to have profitable, successful Facebook ad campaigns, you also must have a customer journey that converts. And what is a customer journey? By customer journey, what I mean is all of your customers go through some kind of process or some kind of, journey between I have no idea who you are to please take my money. People who don't know you have to know, like, and trust you before they will give you any of their money. And so there is a journey that people go through. And I'll give you an example for a cannabis brand that I actually went through a customer journey with recently, or rather kind of becoming a new customer for them. So I was searching, and this was not during holiday time, so this is just an example to give you an idea of what I mean by customer journey for specifically e-commerce, because a lot of, service providers, this podcast isn't necessarily for service providers anyway, but you could definitely take some things from it. But still, an e-commerce funnel looks very different than a service provider funnel. It's really what I want you to take away from this. So an e-commerce funnel, what does that look like? I was Googling. I am a cannabis user. I'm a cannabis advocate. And so I was Googling, figuring out like, okay, how do I get rid of smoker's cough? Because I have smoker's cough and it's annoying the shit out of me. So I'm like, okay, how do I get rid of smoker's cough? And so I landed on this site that is they make filters for bongs, filters for, like pipes and all kinds of stuff. So they make filters to help to filter out the tar and some of the, stuff that gets into your throat when you're smoking, cannabis, or when you're smoking flower specifically. And so I found an article. It was a blog post and was like, oh, here are some things you can do. It was like 4 or 5 tips on things you can do to help with smoker's cough. And then one of the tips was also a product recommendation of theirs. And so I go to the product display page and I'm like, oh, looking at the reviews. It got really good reviews. I'm looking at, what's in it, like, the features of it and all the things. And, and then so I'm like, okay, well, this sounds like something interesting. I might want to buy this. And then I also get a coupon code. And I'm like, oh, first purchase, here's save X%. Ooh, that's dope. Okay, go ahead. Let me go ahead and do this. Use the coupon, all the things, become a customer. Now I'm a repeat customer. Now I'm in their loyalty program. Now I send out my referral link because I'm a happy customer. So that is a customer journey. So what it starts with someone finding a way to come to your site, you're attracting people to your site. You are giving them some information. They're ending up, giving them some helpful, valuable content. They end up landing on your product display page. Your product display page is arranged in such a way that it helps them to facilitate the sale. You then give them a coupon to incentivize that first purchase. And then after they make that purchase, and then they go and make that purchase. And then after they make that purchase, you send them messaging to join the loyalty program. So they get points and they become a loyal customer and they get referral links and all the things, right? That's a customer journey. I went from, I have no idea who they are, I just know I have a problem, and I was searching for my problem, to thank you for giving me that information. It was very helpful. Thank you for also giving me a product recommendation that I can look at. Oh, it looks to be a really good product. To, oh, here's an incentive to actually help you make that first purchase, a coupon. And then I was off to the races from there. And so what you want to do during this time of year and how that relates to your Facebook ads is that if you want to make sure that you're taking the time now to optimize your landing pages, to figure out how do you increase your conversion rates. So what you want to do is you want to look at your Google Analytics, look at your data, look at the data that you have available on your specific landing pages, on the way that your site actually operates. Conversion rate is about visits over purchases, or how many people visited and how many people actually made the purchase. That's your conversion rate. What can you do to increase your conversion rate ahead of Black Friday? Is it about rearranging the way that your landing page looks? Is it about floating your best sellers to the top? Is it about, giving an extra, instead of giving a 15% off coupon, you give a 20% off coupon? What is there, a way that you can reward people for joining your text program? Where are you experiencing the most drop off? That's what you can look at your Google Analytics to see, like, are people dropping off between your product display pages and your cart? How do you get more people to add to cart? How do you get more people to complete the actual checkout? Are there ways that you can improve your abandoned cart funnel? So like, for example, if someone adds to cart and they don't finish a purchase, you should automatically have an email that goes out that says, hey, you forgot this. Can you improve that by changing the subject line, by adding by sending more abandoned cart emails? Instead of sending one, maybe you send 2 or 3 if they don't make that purchase to get them to make that purchase. Again, increasing the coupon code. I mentioned that for this season, for this Black Friday holiday season, because again, we're using our best stuff, right? We're taking what works in our business and we're saying, how can we make this a little bit better so that I can capture more sales, and I can so I can convert more customers into sales without necessarily having to say like, oh, let me increase the amount of money that I spend in my Facebook ads. Right? So these are things that you can do on your landing pages. Is there a way for you to improve your checkout process by adding Afterpay, by adding digital wallets, by making sure it's mobile friendly? Right? There are things that you can do to increase your sales without increasing your ad spend. And so that's what you want to use this time of year for, is to figure out, you don't want to do that on Black Friday, right? You don't want to be doing that on Black Friday. You want to be doing that now in October so that you can give your site a chance to get some data to see, like, am I actually improving things or am I not? Because if you make a change and your conversion rate drops from 50% to 40%, that's not the direction we want to go in, right? So you can catch that. And you're not on Black Friday saying like, oh, damn, we made this change that we didn't test and our conversion rate dropped to, from 50% to 40%. We're losing 10% of those sales because we made a change and we didn't test it first to make sure that this was right. Because we could have left the landing page the way that it was at 50%, right? Or we can change it back to say like, oh, let's change it back real quick so that we can get back to that 50%. So we can at least capture those sales and we're not losing anybody by making a change on our site. So these are things that you do to make data-driven decisions, right? Data-driven decisions. Okay. Number 4. 4th tip out of 5. Number 4 is to call out your sales. So one of the benefits of spending millions of dollars on Facebook is literally getting reps who are client success managers who are dedicated to making sure that your campaigns are working so that you can spend more money, right? Like they want to set you up for success because at the end of the day, you have more successful campaigns means more money on the platform, right? And so we have reps that would put together best practices decks and presentations and all the things to help you to understand, like, how do we create the best campaigns. And one of the tips that stuck out to me from when we heard this years ago was to call out your sales and deals in your ad creative and ad copy. So don't expect people to just assume that you are having a sale. Don't expect people to assume that you are having a Black Friday sale, that you are having a Cyber Monday sale, that you have some deal or some bundle going on. You need to call it out. Tell people what it is so that they can, because people are making faster decisions this time of year, right? They're making faster decisions. They're not taking all that time that they would take to do a whole lot of digging to see whether they should buy from you or not. They're making faster decisions. They're saying like, oh, this person doesn't have free shipping, but this person does have free shipping. Let me go with the person who has free shipping. Oh, this person, they're going to shop with your competitors because your competitors are going to be calling out what they're having, right? So you want to make sure that you're calling that out too. So whether it's X% off, like if you're doing 20% off your whole site or 30% off your whole site for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, you want to call out if you're doing like free shipping. Like maybe if your free shipping usually comes when you spend $50, maybe you eliminate the minimum and saying like free shipping, no minimums. Maybe you have a sale that says like spend X and get Y. So this all helps your customers to make decisions faster, right? And so that's what we want to do. We want to make sure that we give our people all that they need to make an informed decision a lot faster than they normally would. Because that's what they're doing anyway. They have a list of things that they need to get. Think about how you shop for holiday season. Most people usually have a list of things that they need to get or a list of people that they need to get stuff for. And so then they're like, okay, I need this, I need this, I need this, and I need that, right? They're not, people people want to make it easy. People want to be able to say like, oh, this brand specifically, like, I like this brand. I've heard of this brand. They're having a sale. This XYZ is on sale. Or even, even if it's not a sale or maybe it's a bundle, a deal or something that you're giving people, free shipping, whatever it is, right? Loyalty points, something. Give people a little something and make sure you're calling that out on your Facebook ads. Don't shy away from saying, don't wait for people to see the ad and then go to the site and assume like, oh, they are having a Black Friday sale. Or don't make people go, oh, I wonder if they're having a Black Friday sale. Or, oh, I wonder if they're having a Cyber Monday sale. Call that out. Okay, number 5, the last tip for Facebook ads. If you're running Facebook ads this season, you want to be successful, you want to be profitable, here's the last tip. The last tip is that you want to use influencer creative. And so influencers have mastered the ability to be able to build an audience and move them to action. That's the important piece there. It's not just that they can build an audience, it's that they can also move that audience to take action. They can say, hey, this product is amazing. You should buy it. And they'll be like, yup, I'm going to buy it. Right? So the problem though, is that influencer content has a short shelf life. So to combat that, you always want to make sure you get the paid rights to your influencer content. I am not a lawyer and I am not giving you legal advice. However, I do know that you need commercial rights to be able to do commercial things with people's creative. So don't think that you could just take somebody's stuff and then just run an ad with it, right? You want to make sure that is a part of the agreement. Make sure you've paid that money to be able to get the rights to something to be able to use it for 90 days, 30 days, 60 days, whatever it is. Okay. And so a large part of my job when I was at Zappos was to sort through influencer content and pick the best assets to amplify with ads within our Facebook ads, Instagram ads, TikTok, all those things, right? And so unlike organic marketing or organic social specifically, we are not looking for content that is just engaging, right? Engaging content just keeps people on the platform. But at the end of the day, ads are designed to get people off the platform, right? I'm not creating an Instagram ad for you to be able to just look on Instagram and like, comment, and share. That's not what I'm looking to do. What I'm looking for you to do is I want you to look at that ad and actually go buy something, or actually go to the landing page and look at what I have to say. And so engaging content keeps people on the platform. It captures attention, keeps people on the platform. So when you're selecting influencer content that you want to use for your ads, you want to make sure that you select content that is engaging, content that is actionable, and content that is aligned with your brand and your message. And we are going to talk all about influencer marketing and how that relates to organic marketing, as well as how you get some tips on how you can use it in paid in the next episode. And so start thinking about how you can leverage Facebook ads this time of year to help you to get to the next level, because you can make exponentially more money, exponentially more sales, exponentially more revenue, get exponentially more customers when you're using Facebook ads strategically and effectively. And so if you are running Facebook ads this season, you definitely want to take advantage of my Facebook ad strategy VIP day. So in one day, we will map out your Black Friday, your holiday Facebook ad campaign, your ad strategies, the campaigns that you're going to be running over the next 90 days to generate exponentially more sales and visibility and revenue in your business. If you are ready to take your business to the next level with Facebook ads, this is how you know if this offer is right for you. If you want to take advantage of this VIP day, this is for you if you are ready to stop leaving money on the table and invest in Facebook ads to increase your sales. And when I say Facebook ads, I also mean Instagram ads. Sorry, I use them interchangeably. This is for you if you have someone on your team or an agency to build and monitor your ads. This is not for you if you need someone to actually run the ads for you this season. This is for you if you know that Facebook ads can bring you exponentially more customers and are ready to do what it takes to get the best results, meaning you are willing to execute the strategy. You want to know what the campaigns are. You know you're willing to execute the creative. You're willing to do it correctly so that you can take your business to the next level. And this is for you if you are consistently generating at least $10,000 a month and you're ready to triple or double or triple that. And if you know, this is for you if you just want to know exactly what it takes to be successful. You don't want the fluff or the course. You want to know exactly what it's going to take. What's the strategy? What should the creative look like? All the things. And so what's included in my Facebook ads VIP day? It comes with a marketing audit. So I will go through your marketing. We'll look at your messaging. I'm looking at your funnels, your customer journey to figure out what are some things that you need to improve upon before we get to, so that your ad performance, so that your ads had the best shot at performing the best they can. And then we'll also create a Facebook ad strategy. We're going to outline the messaging, the customer journey, and what organic amplification tactics or organic channels you need to assist your ads to make sure that you can attract and convert the right people. And we're going to talk about that 90-day campaign plan. So this includes pre-Black Friday. This includes Black Friday. This includes Cyber Monday. And then it includes post-Cyber Monday. 90 days from when you book out. That's what we're going to talk about. The campaigns over the next 90 days that you should be running. We're going to talk about the targeting. We're going to outline exactly what the targeting should be. We're going to talk about what the creative assets should look like. And we're going to talk about what tests you should be running so that you can build campaigns and scale the right way. You'll also have 30 days access to me and my team for guidance along the way via Voxer. So you can ask us questions, all the things. And then you get access to my client resource library, which includes templates, it includes ad scripts, it includes technical SOPs and videos and all the things on how to technically build your ads correctly, because that's a big piece of it, right? We want to make sure that you're technically building them technically correct as well, and not just having the strategy. So this really is a marry of giving you the strategy, the customized strategy that you need that's going to work for your specific business based on your specific products, based on what you do and what you sell and who you target and who you talk to. And it's going to give you the technical piece so that you can go in and build them correctly, or your team can go in and build them correctly. Okay. And so if you want to take advantage of that offer, make sure you head over to stacyzeal.co/VIP, where you can learn a little bit more about it and you can book a call with me so that we can make sure that this is a right fit. I want to make sure that my VIP days are for people who will specifically be able to get the best results, right? So book a call with me, head over to stacyzeal.co/VIP. It will also be linked below in the show notes so we can talk about how you can stop leaving money on the table and increase your sales this season by using Facebook ads strategically. So we talked about a lot, y'all. We talked about 5 tips. We talked about my VIP day. And now I want to give you 5 quick Facebook ad campaign ideas for the season to close out. So 1, you should be running a campaign to new customers, specifically talking to new customers. And so telling them about your sales, your deals, giving them information about your product, giving them an assortment of products if you're running dynamic ads. So giving them assortment of all the different products that you have, right? Or that are relevant for new customers, giving them the value propositions that they need to know before they make the sale, or giving them some kind of coupon code or a bonus or something for being a new customer. So that's something that you want to run. You want to also run campaigns, and this is number 2, to existing customers. Don't forget about your existing customers. Don't just assume that because you're sending out emails that your existing customers are going to see that. Because again, email is going to increase. I talked about this in the last episode, is that that email marketing, people are going to be sending out a lot more emails as we get closer to the holiday season. So you want to make sure that if you're even just because you're sending out emails, you can target your existing customers on Facebook. You can take your customer list, upload it into Facebook, and target and specifically run ads to them so that they know you have a sale, so that they know you have something going on, so they shop with you for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Okay. And then number 3, the third campaign you should be running is retargeting ads. So retargeting campaigns are essentially a way of targeting people who have done something or have taken an action on your site, and just retargeting them with messaging. So things that you can do to retarget, like retarget people who abandon cart. So people who come to your site, they added something to cart and then they didn't finish the purchase. If you ever seen those ads, it's just like, hey, picked up where you left off. We have, did you just, shop for this? Did you just have this in your cart? You want to finish that purchase? That's retargeting, right? You can retarget people who have made a purchase and trying to get them to make that next purchase. You can retarget people who are who visited your site but haven't done anything, to try to be like, hey, come back to site, here's what we got going on. So you can do a lot with retargeting. A lot of things with retargeting. Okay. Next, we want to talk about another campaign you can run is your gift guides or some gifting messaging campaigns. And so again, this time of year, people are shopping not just for themselves, but they are shopping for a lot of different people, a lot of different types of people, a lot of different people who have different interests and different things that they want. And so this is your great opportunity to figure out, how do you position your products as a gift? How do you get your products in front of people who are shopping for your core customer? And so that's what you have to think of. It's not necessarily making messaging, that is about, the person who's going to buy it. But it's really talking to them, saying hey, our core customer is who you're shopping for. And this is what they want. This is what you should buy them. So that you really start to narrow those things down. You can do things like you can create dynamic ads with your gift guide, with your gift items in there. So it's only product sets showing hey, here are gifts under $50. Here are gifts for, for moms who like to run and do yoga. Right? Getting more specific, right? So don't just, here are gifts for moms, but gifts for moms who are blah, 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 so those are great things. So gift guides, you can do that. If you have a blog post on site, you can run traffic to the blog. You can showcase the products. You can do a lot with gift guides. And then the last one is influencer content. So you want to be running some ads. You can run ads from influencers to their audience. So it will look like it's coming specifically from their handle. Right. And so if you have influencers that are really, really good at selling your products, you may want to what you want to do is you want to be able to use their creative and run ads with it. But you also want to be able to target their audience and saying hey, this person loves this. You should, you'll love it too. Here and go and buy. Or this is the perfect gift for the people on your audience, and you're targeting your influencers audience, or you're using, their creative and that kind of stuff. So you can really do a lot with influencer content as long as you make sure you get paid rights to, run ads on their behalf. So those are 5 campaign, Facebook ad campaign ideas, Facebook, Instagram ad campaign ideas for you for this holiday season. So make sure that if you know that Facebook ads are what you're going to be using as your moneymaker this year, and you're really going to put a big splash into them, you want to do it right. So make sure you head over to stacyzeal.co/VIP to learn more about my VIP day, to book a call with me so we can talk about it and figure out how I can help you to iron out your campaigns and to iron out your creative, so that way you can make sure that what you're doing this holiday season is correct and is right, and that has the best opportunity to make you the most money. So that's our episode for today, y'all. I hope that this was helpful. Make sure that you follow the show. Make sure that you leave a review below so that I can know what you're thinking about. But also, reviews help for us to get in front of more people, more brands like yours that need this information. So make sure y'all leave us a review. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I will talk to you on the next one. Thank you so much for listening to the Roadmap to 1 Million podcast. I just know you got a nugget or two from that episode that will take your brand to the next level if you take action. Keyword, take action. So head over to stacyzeal.co/checklist to get a free resource that will help you to take action on what you learned today so that you can get on to building the brand of your dreams. And be sure to leave us a review so businesses like yours can get this gold as well. All right, y'all. I'll see you on the next episode.